grandparents and icons. Good morning and welcome to TRE, Theatre in Education, which is going to be performed by our grade 2 Sutlej students. Today, we are going to present our bookasura with a twist. So let's start the show. This is the story of Bala and bookasura. Let's enter to Bala's house and see what's happening. Summer holidays begin.
Amma, look, I read a chapter book. It has more than 100 pages.
Shh, the baby's sleeping. Be quiet.
Amma, that's how it always these days. You are busy with the baby. A baby was either eating or sleeping or making silly sounds. She was not to be disturbed.
Bala, I have to work her, or else she will throw up all that she has eaten. Good thing I had books. He sat down to read another one. Appa went straight towards the baby to pinch her cheeks. Baby was asleep, so Amma was not allowing Appa to touch her.
My ear to the door. I could hear them better that way. Planning to send Bala off to his grandparents at Melagam. And now Bala was searching for his books.
I left it right there, but it was missing now. Where could it have gone? Amma! Baby has my book. Baby started eating it. No!
Aren't all his books in the cupboard? Then he locked it up, and his books was safe. And Appa came to say Bala, saying,
Amma, and I felt you would have more fun at Melgam with your grandparents. Navneet uncle and Kala auntie are returning to their home in Melgam, so they will be traveling by the same bus as you.
So Bala chose exactly 10 books to take with him to Malagam along with his clothes and things. He left rest of the books in the cupboard locked up. He was ready for the trip.
Bala reached out for the book. Hey, where was it? Where could it have gone? Just then he heard the baby gurgling. So she was awake. Wait, she had his book. Amma, she has my book. Amma took one look at the scene and started gushing happily. I always knew she was smart. See, she is into books already. Amma thought she is a genius. A closer look revealed that the cause of the cooing was the taste of the paper. A couple of pages from the book were missing. A few pieces were still sticking to baby's teeth. She had only 4 of them right in front, like facts. Bala howled, "My book, my book!" But Amma was only concerned about the baby, not about Bala's book. "Oh, my baby, don't worry. We'll get everything out." She rushed with baby to the bathroom. That was it. Bala decided he would be better off to his grandparents. Bala arranged all his books in the cupboard and then he locked it up. His books were safe now. But without the books, Bala felt bored. He looked around, he saw the TV and switched it on. "Bala, are you watching TV?" Amma sounded horrified. "I can't from TV attacked the eyes, the brain, and the imagination. TV seemed like a powerful weapon. She went on and on. There is something we have to tell you, Papa announced. Amma and I felt you would have more fun at Melagam with your grandparents. Appa hesitated. Navneet uncle and Kala auntie are returning to their home in Melagam, so they will be traveling by the same bus as you. Kala nodded. Appa seemed surprised by his reaction. You're not upset? I can't even read in peace here. Who knew what she was really up to? My book-eating baby? I'll take 10 books, Bala continued. 10? That's too many. Your bag will be too full and too heavy. I'll take 10 thin books, Mama, Bala said. So, Bala chose exactly 10 books to take with him to Melagam, along with his clothes and things. He was ready for it.
You're a big brother now. I get to know the things on the bus. You know,
Auntie and Navneet uncle sat beside Bala. Navneet and Navneet uncle started talking to Bala.
I'm Kala auntie. Did you remember me? By the way, Bala, who is the baby look like?
No, wait till we go home. Tata. First, let's go home. Your party is waiting for you.
How thin you have become, Bala. I will fatten you up in 3 weeks. Do not worry. First, take a bath because you have come by bus. And what do you want? You tell me there is pongal, vada, idli, dosa, chutney, and sambar. I have made all your favorite teas. Bala, have some Mysore pak too.
Let me tell you the story of Bakasura.
Raghutata settled down beside Bala on a swing. Bala sat up listening. Tata began the story. Long ago, many thousands of years ago, in the time of Mahabharata, there lived a gigantic demon named Bakasura. Bakasura lived in a cave in the hills surrounding a place called Eka Chakra. Now, this demon was humongous, so he needed enormous quantity of food to eat. He plundered villages, looted their crops, and ate their cattle up to satisfy his hunger. Men, women, and children were not spared either. The people there were a very troubled a lot. People were terribly scared. Raghutata's narration was punctuated by Ambupati's rhythmic snoring. Krrr, krrr. Pati turned in her sleep and the snoring stopped. Tata continued with the story. It so happened that Kunti and her sons, the 5 Pandavas, who were in exile, passed by this village. They stopped there and stayed at one of the houses. The house was of a Brahmin family. They served Kunti and all the 5 Pandavas at their level best. One day, Kunti saw the lady of the house weeping away her tears. What's the matter? Kunti was concerned. I do not want to burden you with my sorrow, said the lady. When Kunti insisted, the lady broke into tears. She told Kunti about the demon Bakasura and how the villagers had been terrorized until their leader had come up with the situation. Today it was their turn. She had to send her son. You have only one son. I have five. Bhim will go instead of your son, said Kunti. Don't worry, Bhima is the mighty warrior. He has slain several demons. He will defeat Bakasura. Kunti told Bhim about Bakasura and revealed her plan. Bhim got ready to leave. He woke up early in the morning, kept all the stuff in the bullock cart, and got ready to defeat Bakasura. Mounds of rice, huge vessels with vegetables, baskets full of fruits, and many varieties of sweets were loaded onto the cart. Bhima set off from the village and drove the cart towards the hill. He stopped a little distance away from the cave and spread all the food around him and sat down to eat. He ate up all the stuff and the vegetables and finally the sweets. He let out a very loud pledge when he was done. It was so loud that it frightened the birds and the beasts of the forest. Hearing the cries of the animals, Bakasura came out of the cave to see what the commotion was about. He saw he was having his food. Who had dared anger him? His eyes fell on Bhima. How dare you eat the food that was sent for me? Do you know who I am? Bakasura boomed. The food may have been meant for you, but you were late and I was hungry, Bhima answered. You may have eaten my food, but I am going to eat you anyway. Bakasura roared and charged Bhima. But Bhima stood like a wall, and Bakasura fell to the ground with a great thud. The earth shook as the two giants fought. At last, the duel came to an end. Bhima was victorious. Bakasura had been vanquished. Finally, Bhim defeated Bakasura. Bhima drove back to the village with Bakasura tied to the cart. The villagers could not believe what they saw. Bakasura has been defeated. Long live Bhim. The villagers rejoiced. That was the end of Bakasura, and this is the end of the story, said Raghu Tata. Time for me to sleep now. Bala thought about the story Tata had told him and about Bakasura. He wondered what Bakasura looked like. Tata hadn't said. Would he have mustaches? Bala's thoughts were interrupted by Pati. She had woken up. I am going to make puris. Do you like to learn? Puris with Pati's potato masala. Perfect. Bala relished the food and then they left for Navneet uncle's house.
Bala went to Navneet uncle's farm and looked up at the trees, jackfruits hanging from the trees, and felt amazing and continued walking. To his surprise, there stood a tree of books in front of his sight. Though it was getting dark, but he has to see what it was on the tree. He climbed with a great courage and started flipping books. And there came a three-headed monster, Bookasura.
He's up on my tree. How dare you go up on my tree?
Dude, I was too scared to speak. When he opened his mouth, nothing came out. He said, answer me. Then I said, the boy in the garden. I mumbled, hey Gruffalo, where the wild things are? Bukasura got surprised and asked me, Miss, this is your name. Okay. No, I said no. Those are the books I read. Oh, you read books? That's what I'm waiting for. After knowing that Bala reads books, Bukasura started dancing. Hear him, Bookasura started dancing. Lord, if you can read books for me, I, Bookasura, can get out of this.
Because and I can get out of it only if I can read myself or find someone to read for me. Finally, I find you. Hey, you're going to read all the books to me. Come on, start.
Yes. I will read the books today and every day. Bookasura said, stop talking, start reading.
Then came a thought. He thought to educate Bukasura and read books by himself. That evening, Bala went home and along with his friends, he came back to Bukasura to educate.
Then on his own, after that, Bookasura read by himself and relied from his curve.
I felt happy and also got to know the value of education from them. I started collecting coins for education and started helping everyone to educate. Finally, I and Bala became very good friends and we started educating people. Thank you.